Good morning and welcome everyone. We're going to begin our 60-minute chair yoga class here in just a moment. So I'd like you to start by finding yourself a good sturdy armless chair so that if you push down on the back of it, it won't tip over or collapse and you feel nice and solid here when you're coming to the edge of your seat. And when you're ready, you can just have a seat with me and we'll come right to the edge. Our knees are lined up with our ankles and our hips. Our core is strong. And we're going to roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and just brace them down and back as far as they'll go. Lengthen the neck and tuck the chin. Now let's take a deep breath in all the way down to the base of the spine, closing the eyes. And exhale completely, feeling the body supported by the seat, and by the floor, and by the earth. Now just for a moment, let's bring our attention to today's class and make ourselves that promise, first of all, that we will not push too hard, that we'll honor any feelings of restriction, especially through the joints, that we'll always maintain those lines of communication with the body, pressing forward when it's appropriate, holding back when it's appropriate, and of course offering ourselves a bit of a challenge in the meantime too. Now let's take a deep breath in, exhale and open the eyes. Good, so let's just grasp the knees and we'll start with a little spinal release. Inhaling as we extend the spine, and then exhaling as we curve and round, lengthening the neck, pressing the belly button toward the spine. Now let's inhale, up, lift, look up, shoulders down, tuck the elbows in. Exhale, curve and round. Feel that spine get longer and the abdomen engage. Inhale, extend, look up. Keep those shoulders down and back as far as they'll go. Exhale, curve and around. One more time in each direction. Inhale, look up, lift up, roll the shoulders way down, open through the front of the chest. Exhale, curve and around, lengthen the neck, press the chin down. And we'll come back to neutral. Good. Now let's release the arms to the sides and just roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Great, so just looking to ease that tension out of our traps that connect our shoulder to our neck and open up those shoulder blades a little bit. See if you can bring that stretch into the middle and upper back. And throughout our class today, our focus is really on our perfect posture. As much as we can stay here with a straight spine, you can sit back to the back of your chair anytime, but make sure you have lumbar support so you can still sit upright. Good. Now let's bring that whole arm, just one side and then the other, windmills. Reaching through the fingertips. I'd like you to imagine drawing a line across the floor, across the wall, the ceiling, the back wall, and back to you. So think of reaching through those fingertips, feeling the arm lengthen with every rotation. And if you'd rather go back and then forward, then that's fine too. I want you to here just notice your range of motion through those rotator cuffs. It might be different one side to the other, and it might be much smaller than what I'm demonstrating here. Good, one more time on each side. And the last one here. Good. And now let's release the arms, squeeze and open the hands, and we'll rotate the wrists around in circles. So just waking those hands up a little bit, and again, squeeze and open, and rotate. Great, so now we'll come into our first bend. So sitting up nice and tall for our half moon pose, grasping the right side of the chair with the right hand. Inhale, the left arm up toward the sky. Exhale, and we'll bend just very gently from the top of the spine down. So you might just drop that ear toward the shoulder and drop the shoulder down toward the hip. You might bring the bend into the upper back. What we don't want is to be leaning through the lower body. So make sure you're nice and even across both hips on the seat. And we're bending from the belly button to the crown of the head, focusing the extension in the left rib cage and side body. Your hand is on the chair to support your body weight here, and we're tucking that right elbow in to increase the bend in the side. And bring that right shoulder down. Remember too that your left arm can come down in front of the shoulder or to the hip or behind the back anytime. Let's inhale and come up. Exhale and release the arm. Left hand grasps the chair, and we're going to sit up nice and tall, shoulders down and back, core strong. Inhale, right arm up toward the sky. Exhale, tuck the left elbow in toward the body. So that the reason that we do that is because if we keep the arm straight and we bend, then our shoulder climbs up toward the ear, and we don't want that. We want that nice extension through the lower back and the bend through the middle and upper back. Breathe. Press the shoulders down even further if you're able, and feel the stretch deepen through the middle and upper back. Remember, your top hand can come down anytime if this is uncomfortable for your neck and shoulders in any way. Suck the belly button toward the spine. Don't let your lower back arch here. Breathe into the stretch. Good. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, and we'll grasp the knees to reset the spine, sitting up nice and tall, breathing in deeply. Exhale, curve and round, press the belly button toward the spine. Inhale up, lift, look up, shoulders down, elbows in. Exhale, curve and round. And come back to neutral. Excellent. So now coming into our spinal twist. Again, sitting up tall, resetting our position every time we're about to begin a series or a pose. And we'll bring the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right hand comes to the hip. We inhale and lengthen the spine first. And then exhale, look out over the back shoulder and allow our shoulders to follow. So here we want to make sure that the knees remain squared forward as well as the hips. The core is nice and strong. And we're leading with the top of the spine, twisting from the crown of the head to the belly button, keeping the lower back straight and pointed forward. Your right hand can come to the seat of the chair or to the back of the chair. Just make sure that you're not allowing that shoulder to come forward or the chest to cave in order to get deeper into the pose. So whatever position you're in, we're breathing deeply, expanding the back. And exhale, relaxing just a little deeper into that stretch each time. Check the shoulders are down and our neck is long and straight. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale, look forward, square the shoulders forward, and we'll grasp the knees, curving around the spine to reset. And reverse, look up, lift up, shoulders down, elbows in, and then we come to the other side. So again, sitting up nice and tall, resetting our position with a strong core and a straight neck and the shoulders down and back. And the right hand now comes to the left knee. Left hand comes to the hip. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, look out over the back shoulder, allowing the shoulders to follow. So again, remember, we're prioritizing our perfectly straight spine here and our core strength and the alignment of our knees and hips straight forward. And then we just move around that and place that left hand or arm wherever is comfortable for you. So see if you can bring that stretch into the middle and upper back. The higher you can get it up between those shoulder blades and into the rib cage, the better we'll be doing here. And we should not feel this in the neck and shoulders at all. Breathe deeply. Let your breathing assist your stretch. So we expand the rib cage as we inhale. Exhale and move a little deeper if it's comfortable for you. We're never forcing anything. One more deep breath in. Exhale, look forward, square the shoulders forward, and we'll grasp the knees. Inhale and extend. Exhale, curve and round. Inhale, up, lift, look up, shoulders down, elbows in. Exhale, curve and round. And come back to neutral. Excellent. Okay, we're going to move along to our lower body. So I think we'll come to our seated warrior series today. Grab a drink of water anytime you need one. And I'd like you to turn to the side in your chair so that you're grasping the back of the chair with the inside hand. I'm going to indicate the inside hand being the right hand here. And the inside half of the body is on the chair, outside half is off the chair. Outside hand comes to the hip, and we're just going to drop that left knee out underneath the hip. Curl the back toes under, or you can place the top of the foot on the floor if you need to for the sake of your toes and your ankle. But look to see if you can find that flexibility through the ankle and the foot. Tuck your tailbone. And the first thing we want to notice before we go any further is that stretch through the hip flexor and the quadricep, the strength in our core, the length in our spine, and how relaxed we can get the shoulders. Deep breath in. Exhale and just relax into the stretch. You can even drop that outside hip down and press it forward a little bit to deepen that stretch. Good. And now we're going to tip forward and bring the elbows to the front thigh, straightening out the back leg. Pressing into that back heel to find the stretch in the calf and Achilles tendon, so the lower part of that back leg is our target area here. Check that your shoulders are down, core is nice and strong. And now we're going to come on back up, bending the back knee. And we'll tuck the tailbone once again. You can reach up with the arm on the back leg side or with both arms. And you can also straighten out that back leg if it's comfortable for you. You can push into the soles of the feet and rise up off the chair a little bit. Or you can bend that back knee underneath the hip and bring the hands down to whatever level is more comfortable for you. Good, so just remember as we go today, this is really your class, no matter what it is we're doing. We just want to remember those key points. Tuck the tailbone here so that we're not hyperextending the lower back. Just make sure that you're not popping out here. And if you can't help it, you might want to tip forward and bring the hands to the thigh. Breathe. One more deep breath in. Exhale and release the arms, bend the back knee, and we're going to straighten out that back leg in whatever direction is comfortable for you. So we'd like to have the sole of that foot down on the floor. And in our traditional warrior two, we're extending the legs out at 180 degrees, but if that's not comfortable, reduce your angle. You can also point the knee and the toe forward and toward the ceiling to remove the twist altogether through those joints. And then when we're ready, we're going to reach out with the arm on the front leg side and press the shoulders down away from the ears. As you inhale, lengthen through the fingertips, try and touch the walls on either side of you. Exhale, relax the shoulders down. So remember, if you have neck and shoulder problems, you can always bring those hands to the hips. The purpose of every pose is to find our form first so that we can build our strength and stability and balance around that. And then also to find our focus. Yoga means to yoke, to bring together the body, mind, and spirit. So here we are using our mind and our spirit to tune into our body. Good. And our focus in this pose is traditionally the nail of the middle finger that's over the bent knee. So if you can focus your gaze there, as you reach toward the horizon, whatever that looks like where you are, that's going to bring your attention more to your breathing and how your body feels in this pose, rather than what's going on in the world around you. One more deep breath in. Exhale the front hand or elbow to the thigh. Swing the left arm down across the front of the body and open up toward the sky. Good. Now I want you to pay attention to your lower back, neck and shoulders, especially in this pose. If they're painful, then you can come up a level or two. And we always want to be sucking our belly button toward the spine to ensure the safety of the lower back. Good. Check your shoulders are way down, especially that bottom shoulder. Don't let it pop up toward the ear. And our top arm aligns with the ear or as close as we can get it. Or of course you can bring that top hand to the hip or behind the back anytime. I'd like you to see how much length you can get between the bottom of your rib cage and your hip bone. Reach, extend that side body. Really good. One more deep breath in. And we'll exhale and come on up. And release the arm, grasp the chair, draw the leg in. Oops. And we're going to straighten that leg right out. Grab a drink of water anytime you need one. Lengthen that leg out in front, flex the toes back towards you. And we're going to tip from the hip. And now I'd like you to feel that stretch through the hamstring in that left leg. Lift your tailbone up toward the sky in this position. Shoulders are down away from the ears. And you're going to feel this stretch wherever you're tightest. So on a given day, usually we're aiming for the hamstring just behind the knee, up into the thigh. But you might also feel it in your lower back. Good. Breathe. Excellent. Now let's work our way back up and we'll come around to the other side. So turning to the left side in your chair now. And we're going to grasp the back of the chair with the inside hand. Outside leg is going to drop down so that the knee is underneath the hip and we're sitting up nice and tall and tucking the tailbone to begin. Shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, chin tucked. Good. So just find that stretch in the hip flexor. Make sure that your knee isn't popping out to the side and the toe is not turned. Definitely don't collapse the knee inward with a twist because that puts it in danger, certainly. Sitting up tall. Good. Now take a deep breath in. Exhale and tip from the hip, bringing the hands or the elbows to the thigh. And we're going to straighten out that back leg as much as we're able. Looking for the stretch in the calf and Achilles tendon on that right side. Check that your shoulders don't crowd the ears. Lengthen the neck. And remember to breathe deeply, whatever position you're in. So again, we're looking for that stretch, that back leg, all of that back leg really is the target. Breathe. Good. And then we'll press up and we'll bend the back knee, and if you'd like, you can reach up with the arm on the back leg side or with both arms, and then we're going to straighten out that back leg as much as we're able without hyperextending the lower back. So we're sucking the belly button toward the spine. Good, finding the strength in our core. And if you'd like a little more, you can push into the soles of the feet here, lifting the body up just a little bit off that chair. Drive into the front heel. Remember, arm positioning is up to you. Those hands can come to the hips or down behind the back anytime. One more deep breath in. Exhale, and we'll release the arms, bend the back knee, and we're going to turn that back foot at 90 degrees to the front foot and straighten out the leg as much as we're able. Looking for that 180 degrees or whatever modification is more comfortable for you. And whatever position your back leg is in, we're reaching both arms out in line with the front leg. Shoulders down and back. Good. Reach for those side walls. Breathe deeply and settle into the center in this pose. We're not leaning forward, we're not leaning back, we're just here nice and solid in the middle. And just notice your strength here. This is a little bit of endurance training in all of these warrior poses and most of our yoga poses in general. Good. Breathe. One more deep breath in. Exhale the front hand or elbow to the thigh. Swing the back arm down across the front of the body and open up toward the sky. So when we come into that movement, I indicate to sweep the arm down across the front of the body rather than coming back up and over, because here you're going to reach an impingement point where you can't go any further because of the structure of your bones unless you come around. So it's a smoother movement and you'll more easily get into that space without pain for most people if you come down and up. Widen your shoulders. Brace your core, lengthen the neck. See how much space you can get between that right hip bone and the bottom of the rib cage. Up into the ribs too if you can. Breathe. Yeah, really good. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, grasp the chair, draw the leg in, and we're going to extend that leg straight out. You can readjust your seat positioning so that you can get that leg straight if you need to. And we're sitting up tall, shoulders down and back, and we'll just tip forward from the hip. And here you can reach for the toes if you want to. Don't make it the goal to touch the toes, because then you'll have the shoulder carrying forward or you'll be caving in the chest. And we want a straight spine with shoulders down and back. Good, and we'll come on up and release. Okay, excellent. So now we're going to come through a couple of sun salutations before we come to standing. And again, remember to grab water anytime. There's no excuse not to have it now. Good. So our first sun salutation is going to be mostly static flexion. So there's not a lot of moving of the joints here, which is great if you have problems with those joints. We're also going to be incorporating our muscles a lot. So I want you to really feel that muscular contraction in the areas where I indicate to you. So again, coming right to the edge of our seat, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, chin tucked, and we're sucking that belly button toward the spine. Good. Spread the fingers, press the hands into the thighs, and just feel the muscles of the biceps and triceps and forearms engage to about 30% of your max exertion. So not a whole lot, we just feel them there. And then I want you to squeeze the elbows into the sides of the body. So we should feel everything in this part of the body through your torso, through your arms engaging, and no tension at all in the neck and shoulders as we're here. So this is going to be our primary focus throughout this first sun salutation. Take a deep breath in and sit up tall. Exhale, and we'll tip forward as we're pressing the hands into the thighs and squeezing the elbows into the sides of the body. You can stop here or come all the way down with me, bringing the chin toward the chest. Inhale, look forward, shoulders down, elbows tight. Good. Squeeze the back muscles. Exhale and fold, chin toward the chest. And again, inhale, look forward, extending through the crown of the head, lengthen. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. One more time, inhale, look forward, press the hands into the thighs, squeeze the elbows in. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Inhale and come on up. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Excellent. So we're going to do that one more time. Sitting up nice and tall, once again, spreading the fingers, Finding your set position. Good. Squeezing the elbows in just a little bit. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tip forward, push the hands into the thighs. Again, tighten those elbows in, feel the biceps getting stronger. Good, chin toward the chest if it's comfortable. Inhale, look forward, squeeze the back muscles, shoulders down. Exhale and fold, chin toward the chest, elbows tight. One more time, inhale, look forward, extending through the crown of the head, lengthen. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Now inhale and come on up. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to come into our next modification, in which we'll be raising the arms up above the body and lowering the head below the heart line. Now, this one's going to feel a little bit easier than our last one, unless you have problems with your blood pressure, in which case I just would like you to be mindful of how this is going to feel for you. So sitting up tall, again, shoulders down and back, and just mind those rotator cuffs as well. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead, or straight out in front, or just keep them on the thighs. Exhale and fold forward. Relax down over the legs. Now we're going to inhale, lift the heels, keep the arms aligned with the shins as we squeeze the back muscles and look forward. Good. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. And again, inhale, lift the heels, look forward, shoulders down, arms aligned with shins. Good. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. One more time, inhale, look forward, squeeze those shoulders way down, brace your core. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Great, inhale the arms out to the sides and overhead, reach for the sky. Exhale, release down into prayer. And release the arms. Good, so I just want you to notice how that felt for everything, for your blood pressure, for your shoulder joints, for your lower back, everything. And we're going to do that same sequence one more time, or you can modify however you need to. So again, setting our position in our quiet mountain pose. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead. Exhale, fold forward, relax down. Inhale, look forward, squeeze the shoulders down and back, lift the heels as high as you're able. Exhale and fold, chin toward the chest. And again, inhale, look forward, shoulders down. Good, core strong. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. One more time, inhale, look forward, brace those back muscles. Good, lift up high. Good, exhale and fold, chin to chest. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead, reach for the sky. Exhale and release into prayer. Great, okay, release the arms. You can always work out kinks that you happen to have throughout our class today. If there's something that I haven't addressed, of course, you know your body best. And we're going to come into our last modification, our most intense sun salutation. It's going to be a lot of back muscle work, so I just want you to really focus and be mindful of how everything feels for you. So once again, setting our quiet mountain position. Heels under knees, knees lined up with hips, and we're feeling very tall even though we're seated here and open with our arms relaxed at our sides, hands on the thighs. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead. Exhale, tip forward halfway. Arms reach out at shoulder height, or you can bring the hands to the thighs at any time. Inhale, lift the arms up to align with the ears, brace the core. Exhale, fold forward, chin toward the chest. Inhale, lift up onto the toes and reach forward at shoulder height, or hands to thighs, or align with shins. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. And again, inhale, look forward, reach forward. Use the back muscles the most. Core strong, good. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. One more time, inhale, look forward, extending, reach for that front wall, brace your core, suck the belly button in. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead, reach for the sky. Exhale, release into prayer. And release the arms. So I just want you to notice how that felt for you, and if you'd like to join me for our last repetition, you're more than welcome. If you need a break from all of that, that's fine, or you can just modify accordingly. Sitting up nice and tall once again at the edge of our seat, finding our set position. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead. Exhale, tip forward halfway, reaching out at shoulder height, arms parted at shoulder width. Inhale, lift the thumbs up toward the sky. Exhale, fold forward, relax down. Inhale, lift up onto the toes, reach forward, squeeze the back muscles. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. And again, inhale, lift up onto the toes, reach forward, shoulders way down, brace them, good. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. One last time, inhale, lift up, reach forward, squeeze the belly button toward the spine. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead. Exhale, release in a prayer. And release the arms, great job. Little back release before we come to standing. So sitting up nice and tall, hands to knees. And we're gonna curve and around as we exhale. Inhale, uplift, look up, shoulders down. Exhale, curve and around. And we'll come back to neutral. So if you came into that last modification, the most intense one, you should be feeling that through the band of the lower back here, or lower lats. And I just want you to make sure that you're stretching those regularly and working them out and making sure that you're never working them too hard. So now we're going to come to standing through our perfect seat-assisted squat. So coming right to the edge of our chair, making sure the knees, hips, and ankles are lined up on a straight plane. And the hands can be anywhere except on the thighs or on the chair unless you really need that support. So take a deep breath in and tip forward from the hip. Exhale and push into the heels. And we'll slowly rise up with perfect alignment through the lower body. Good, and release, shake it off, and we'll come behind our chair now. And we're just going to come into a little bit of muscle engagement exercise to begin. We're just going to really feel what we're using when we're standing here, because we want to make sure that we're always using the proper muscles. So standing up nice and tall, shoulders down and back. And we're going to come through a little squat series, a little chair series. Feeling the four corners of your feet on the floor first. So we're just grounding ourselves here. Knees are soft, tailbone tucked. Our shoulders are still relaxed down and back, and we're feeling very nice and tall with the arms relaxed at the sides. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and bend the knees just slightly, pushing down into the soles of the feet. Make sure your knees are lined up between your ankles and your hips. And now I'd like you to just push into the outsides of the feet and feel those muscles of the sides of the legs engage. Core is strong, shoulders down, good. So we're not coming down very far here, we're just feeling those muscles start to wake up. Take a deep breath in, push into the outsides of the feet, and exhale, maintain that tension as you stand up tall, good. And then we're just gonna tip forward from the hip, pressing into the heels, lifting the tailbone up toward the sky to stretch out those hamstrings, lifting up the, good. Shifting into the back of the body. Relax your neck and shoulders as much as you're able. And then we'll bend the knees and we'll come on up. And now you can stick with that first movement, or you can come with me into a deeper squat, sitting up tall, shoulders down, core strong. Take a deep breath in. And we'll exhale and sit down into our imaginary chair. So that's as low as is comfortable for you. If you feel more comfortable having a second chair behind you or coming in front of that first chair, that's fine. Just make sure your weight is in the heels. We never want to be rocking forward onto the toes here unless we're raising those heels deliberately. And you can reach up with one arm or with both arms, or straight out in front is fine, or arms across the front of the body is all up to you. And now again, I'd like you to push into the outsides of the feet and see if you can engage the muscles of the sides and backs of the legs more than the muscles of the fronts of the legs. Good. Breathe, sink a little deeper if you can. One more deep breath in. Exhale, and we'll push into the heels, reach up toward the sky, and this time we're going to come into a true forward fold. So you can use the back of the chair, you can walk the hands down to the seat of your chair, or relax all the way down toward the floor. Good. As you inhale, think of widening the back. As you exhale, just ask the body to relax a little deeper into that stretch. Good, and now we'll bend the knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders down and back, arms out to the sides and overhead, baby back bend. And we'll release down through prayer and release the arms. Good. Let's come into a little balance sequence, and then we'll come into our warrior series. So standing nice and tall behind your chair. So your chair is always here for your support, but I encourage you to challenge yourself when it comes to your balance and lift the fingers as much as you can in any given pose. So standing nice and tall. Inhale one arm or both arms up toward the sky. And we'll come up onto the toes. Good, relax the shoulders down and back as much as you're able. Suck the belly button toward the spine. And find your focus. So focus your gaze on anything that's not moving, 6 feet away from you or less. And you can reach that other arm up toward the sky. You can just barely lift the fingertips off the back of the chair if that's where your balance is today. Good, breathe. We just want to make sure that we're never leaning on the chair in order to get the heels up off the floor. So just be mindful of that. One more deep breath in. Exhale the heels down, and we'll tip forward, coming into our forward fold once again. So whatever level is comfortable for you, relax down. Great, and we'll roll up, shoulders down, reach up, and release down through prayer. Good. So now again, standing tall behind our chair and resetting our position for our warrior one. Good, shifting to the left leg, step the right foot back behind you. Make sure that the toes remain pointed forward. So for our purposes today, we want to be stretching that right lower leg, the Achilles tendon and calf. And I'd like you to sink down a little deeper. Tuck the tailbone if you're able. Suck the belly button toward the spine. And if you find you have a big arch in your lower back and you can't fix that, I'd like you to just lean forward so that you can find that stretch in the hip flexor and Achilles tendon without compromising your lower back. Push down into the heel of the front foot. Good. And when you feel ready, you can reach up with the arm on the back leg side or with both arms. Good. Relax your shoulders down away from the ears. Sink a little deeper if you can. Good. Breathe deeply. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the back of the chair, lift the back heel up off the floor, and we'll turn that back foot at 90 degrees to the front foot. So now our front knee and foot are still pointed toward the chair, and our back leg is straight with the foot turned at 90 degrees to the front foot. We're going to reach one or both arms out in line with the front leg, and remember too that you can always change that positioning. You can bring the feet closer together, you can remove the twist altogether if that's most comfortable for your knees and hips. Good. And whatever position you're in, I'd like you to feel your height and your stability and find your focus. Good. So again, traditionally our gaze is on the nail of the middle finger that's over the bent knee, and we focus there and tune into our breathing and how our body feels in this pose. Notice where you can relax. Good. One more deep breath in. And we'll exhale the front hand or elbow to the chair. Swing the back arm down across the front of the body and open up toward the sky. So remember too, you're always welcome to come back to your seat if you need to at any time. We did these poses from a seated position earlier, so you can always use that modification, or just breathe deeply and smile if that's all you're up for today. As you breathe, I'd like you to feel that side body and rib cage open up. Relax as you exhale. Now let's inhale and come on up. Exhale, release the arm. Now we're going to lift the back heel up off the floor, turn the back toes forward, and gently press that heel toward the floor. Now this time, your back foot does not have to be perfectly straight forward. It can be turned slightly to the side, as long as your hips can remain squared forward toward the chair. I'd like you to sit up nice and tall with the shoulders down and back, and we're going to come into a pyramid pose. Inhale and extend through the crown of the head. Exhale and tip from the hip. Lifting the tailbone up toward the sky. You can just relax down onto the back of your chair for now, and I'd like you to find that stretch up high in the back of the front thigh. Good. So this is a lot like our hamstring stretch before, but it comes up higher on the muscle. Good, into that connective tissue. And if you feel ready, you can come down lower. You can push the chair away and bring the hands down to the seat of the chair or anywhere below the knee or to the floor. I want you to make sure that you're not letting the chest cave in or the head drop in order to get deeper into the pose. Prioritize a nice straight spine and perfect posture, and then find your stretch around that. Breathing deeply always. Good. And then we'll walk the hands back up and the front knee, step in or back or a combination of both, and we'll come along to the other side. So again, standing tall behind your chair, shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, and we're feeling the soles of our feet nice and even on all four corners on the floor. Now let's shift to that right leg, left leg comes back behind us, and toes remain pointed forward as we bring that foot to the floor, gently pressing the heel down. Good. You can come down onto the back of the chair and just notice that stretch in the Achilles tendon and calf. Your heel doesn't have to get all the way to the floor today or ever. We're just aiming in that direction. And when you're ready, if you'd like, you can come up onto your hands, tucking the tailbone, finding the stretch through that hip flexor and quadricep. Sink a little deeper if it's comfortable for you. And then you can reach up with the arm on the back leg side or with both arms. Relax the shoulders down, away from the ears. Straighten out that back leg as much as you're able. And remember to find the strength in your core and in your lower body. Push into the front heel, suck the belly button toward the spine. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release the hands down to the back of the chair, lift the back heel up off the floor, turn the back foot to the side, and place it back down. Good, and we're reaching one or both arms out in line with the front knee, which is pointed toward the chair, as well as the toes. So remember, you can change your leg positioning anytime. Just check in with your body. So remember, focus is everything, and that spinal length and our alignment. So it really doesn't matter if you're just standing there and breathing deeply and smiling, or sitting there or laying there. It doesn't matter. Just tune in to the breath and how your body feels in this moment. Good. Relax into it as much as you're able. Reaching for those side walls if your arms are extended. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale the front hand or elbow to the back of the chair. Swing the back arm down across the front of the body and open up toward the sky. Good. Press your bottom shoulder down away from the ear and see if you can find that stretch through the left rib cage. You can look toward the sky if it's comfortable for your neck and shoulders. Otherwise, look toward the floor. And of course, your top hand can come to the hip or behind the back anytime. Good. Let's inhale. Come on up. Exhale, release the arm, lift the back heel up off the floor, turn the back toes forward, and gently press that heel down. So remember again, it doesn't have to be pointed perfectly straight forward this time. Your foot can be turned slightly to the side, but make sure your hips are squared toward the chair. And we're going to straighten out the front leg, taking the knee off lock, so just a very slight bend in that front knee to keep it safe. And we're going to inhale and extend through the crown of the head, then exhale and tip from the hip, lifting the tailbone up toward the sky as we go. And here we're using the strength of our upper body to control the depth of the stretch in the lower body. So we're not going too far too fast, but we can relax that right leg, and then we can use the arms as though we're doing a very slow downward phase of a push-up, and just bring it in as we lift the tailbone toward the sky and really find the best quality stretch. Good. Check that your shoulders stay down away from the ears. Breathe deeply. Really good. And now we'll bend the front knee and sit up, step in, step back, or a combination of both, and shake it off. And we're going to come back down to our seats now through our perfect seat-assisted squat with alignment through the knees, hips, and ankles, sitting up nice and tall in front of our chair. I'd like you to back up enough that you feel comfortable that you will land in your chair without having to look, and the hands are anywhere except on the thighs or on the seat. And we're slowly lowering with the weight in the heels. Great. And I encourage you to do that movement, especially that controlled concentric where you're moving slowly on the way down multiple times throughout the day, because that's definitely something we want to do on our own for the rest of our lives, is be able to sit and stand. Okay. We're going to come into just a little bit more upper body and some adductors, and then into our final relaxation. So sitting up nice and tall, right at the edge of our seat, shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, chin tucked. And now I'd like you to tip forward and bring the elbows to the knees. Good, the right elbow is on the right knee, and then we're going to bring that right hand to the left knee. Left hand comes just above the right hand on the thigh. Look up toward the sky and allow your shoulders to follow. So we're pressing down through our bottom elbow, and we have the elbow on one side and the hand on the other, because this way our knees are shoulder width apart, and we're able to maintain that alignment without letting the hip open out to the side. If you'd like more, that left arm can reach up toward the sky. And I'd like you to bring this twist into the upper body as much as you're able. If you'd like to deepen your stretch, you can wrap the top arm back behind the body and brace it on the opposite hip, or as close as you can get. That's not the goal. We're just looking for the stretch. Breathe. Good. Now inhale and reach up toward the sky. Exhale and release the arm, palms together, and we'll curve around and come along to the other side. Left elbow on the left thigh, left hand on the right knee, and we'll bring that right hand to the right leg just above the left hand, looking up toward the sky and allowing the shoulders to follow as you exhale. So again, targeting that space up between the shoulder blades. Make sure you don't bring the chin to the chest or let the chest cave in. Press your bottom shoulder down as far as it'll go. And if you like, the right arm can reach up toward the sky. Remember, if you can't breathe deeply, especially if you find yourself holding your breath and you're working a little too hard, see if you can find that balance across both hips on the seat. Make sure you're not lifting one off. Good, and you can wrap that arm around anytime if you like. Great, now let's inhale and reach up toward the sky. Exhale, release the arm, palms together, curving around. Good, and we'll walk the hands back up. Excellent, so just a little bit of pigeon series before we finish up. Bring that right knee into the chest and we'll grasp just below the knee. Shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, and the elbows are tucked in. You can rotate that ankle around in a circle. If this is not comfortable for you, you can grasp underneath the thigh or bring that foot all the way down to the floor. Keeping contact with the floor here so that we're not straining that hip flexor by elevating the leg. Good, remember, perfect posture comes first, and then we move around that. So if your chest is caving in and you can't help it, come down a level or two. Good. And now we're going to come right into our seated figure four. So you can cross the right ankle or shin over the left thigh and let the right knee drop out to the side, or you can cross the right ankle over the left ankle. Good. Wherever we are, we're starting by sitting up nice and tall and breathing in deeply. Exhale and tip forward. Lift your tailbone toward the sky. You might not get very far here with a straight spine, and that's all right. We don't want to make the priority to get closer to the leg, because if we round the lower back, we lose the stretch altogether, even though it feels like we're getting deeper into the pose. So make sure that your back is straight first and foremost. Shoulders are down and back. Good. We're breathing deeply into that stretch. And once you've been here for a few breaths, if you'd like to deepen the stretch, you can bring the forearms to the shin or release the arms down along the sides of the body. Don't tuck the tailbone, just round from the belly button to the crown of the head. And just notice that when you're using your body weight to intensify your stretch, there's a higher potential for injury. So of course, we're always keeping that focus and mindfulness on our breathing and how the body feels. Good, and now let's come on back up, and we'll release the leg. Flex and extend to reset the knee, and we'll place that right foot on the floor. Left knee comes into the chest, and we'll grasp just below the knee. Sit up tall, shoulders down and back, and we tuck the elbows in, and we'll just rotate that ankle around in a circle. Breathe. Check that there's no tension in the neck and shoulders. Our spine is straight, the neck is long. Good. And remember, the foot can come to the floor anytime. You can grasp under the thigh if that's better for you. And then we're going to cross that left shin over the right thigh and drop that left knee right out to the side. So you might notice a big difference in your level of flexibility from one side of the body to the other. And that's fine. We're not forcing one side to be the same as the other. We're just working with it and evening things out as much as we're able. So starting by straightening the spine and noticing where we feel that stretch, usually going to be in that left hip and thigh. And if you'd like a little more, you can tip forward. Good. Relax the shoulders down and back as far as they'll go. And once you've been here for a few breaths, if you'd like, you can relax forward from the belly button to the crown of the head, making sure not to tuck the tailbone and lose your stretch. And you can bring the forearms to the shin or release the arms down along the sides of the body. Good. As you inhale, think of widening the back. And as you exhale, just ask the body to relax down. Now let's come on back up and release the leg, flex and extend. And we'll come back to our set position for just a little while longer. All right, so sitting up nice and tall, right arm comes across the front of the body, and we're grasping just above the elbow, pressing down, drawing it in, patting ourselves on the back for getting here today. It's not always easy. Good job today, guys. And you know, always let us know if there's anything you weren't sure about or anything that hurt funny today or later. We always like to hear your feedback. And if you'd like, you can reach that arm out to intensify your stretch and turn the palm down and forward. Make sure you keep the neck nice and long and don't allow that right shoulder to roll up as you come into this stretch. Keep it pressed down as far as it will go. Good. And then we'll bend the elbow, release the arms, lengthen the fingertips out to the sides. Feel that deep stretch through the biceps and the shoulders. And we'll release and come to the other side. Left arm comes across the front of the body, press down, draw it in. Pat yourself on the back. You can straighten the arm out if you like, turning the palm down and forward, making sure not to let that shoulder rotate up. Good, sit up tall. Breathe deeply. Good. And then we'll release the arms, reach out to the sides. Tricep stretch now. Right arm comes up alongside the head, and you can press from underneath. You can grasp from on top. You can release the left hand to the thigh or behind the back, or reach up between the shoulder blades. So there's lots of options. Priority one is finding that stretch in the back of the right arm without compromising the position of our neck. So we want to make sure the neck stays straight and long, and we're just able to find that stretch as much as we can around that. Shoulders are way down, away from the ears. And we're breathing deeply. Good. And then we'll release the arms, reaching out to the sides, lengthening through the fingertips. Shake it off and come to the other side. Left arm comes up alongside the head, and we'll press from underneath. Again, or grasp from on top, or whatever else you like. Nothing at all is fine too. Good. And we're sitting up tall. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Just notice where else you can relax. And smile. We're almost there. Breathe. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release the arms, reach out to the sides, lengthen through the fingertips. And release. And we'll finish off with our hand massage. So left fingertips to the back of the right hand, and the left thumb comes to the right palm. We're going to roll around in a circle in that largest muscle that controls the thumb. So just working out any tension that you happen to feel. And when we do this, we're focusing on the soft parts, not the hard parts. So moving around bones and tendons and ligaments. And then we're going to come down in between that connective tissue, down through the palm on both sides at the same time. You can press and squeeze, and then down onto the side of the hand, that little muscle that controls the pinky. And you can rest your hands down on the legs here. We don't want extra shoulder tension. This is just for demonstration. And then when you're ready, you can bring all of those left fingertips and the thumb to the base of the right thumb, and we'll squeeze and roll from all the way from root to tip. And then the same with each finger. And we're not pulling, we're just squeezing and rolling gently, working out any tension. And anything that we do in yoga should feel more like a relief than anything. There should never be pain, of course. And then we'll squeeze it open, shake it off, and then coming to the other side. And beginning again with that largest muscle that controls the thumb on both sides. Yeah, so we want to just push just a little bit past our comfort zone. If you feel sore spots, if it feels like a relief to focus on them, then that's fine. And coming down through the tendons and ligaments between the knuckles. Think about creating space here. Right. And then coming down onto the side of the hand, that little muscle that controls the pinky. And then addressing the thumb with all of the fingers and the thumb of the other hand. And each finger, remember, you can rest those hands down. You should not be holding them up here. Right. Excellent. And we squeeze it open, and we'll finish with our full body stretch. Breathe in deep, reach up through the fingertips and toes, lengthen. Exhale, bring everything into the center, curve and round. And again, inhale, extend through the fingertips and toes, smile. Exhale, bring it in, curve and round. Last one here. Inhale, take up lots of space. And exhale, squeeze all the air in the body. And come back to neutral. Great job today, guys. Okay, so we're going to come into our final relaxation for the last few minutes of class. I'd like to ask you to find yourself socks or blankets or sweaters or whatever you need to stay warm and be comfortable. We will cool down now that we're no longer moving. So just be aware of that. Have something nearby if you're still too warm to put it on now. And of course, it's always a good idea to have your water handy. And you don't have to sit right at the edge of your seat anymore. You can sit down in a comfier chair or right in the back of this chair. You can lay down if you want to. So the purpose of our relaxation is to train our mind to be quiet when we want it to. And that is a process. It's a process that involves getting lost in thought and then realizing we're lost in thought and then choosing to consciously come back to focusing again on our breathing or on the music or whatever it is for you that helps your mind to become quiet. So just for the last few moments, I'll ask you to practice that with me. And if that's really a big challenge for you, if you're not able to find yourself thinking of nothing at all and it's getting really discouraging, then just make lists of things that you enjoy. That's the other alternative, is to just make those lists of all the little tiny things in the world that just light you up, because there's lots of them. All right, so we'll start by finding our comfortable seated or laying down position, whatever that looks like to you. And let's take a deep breath in all the way down to the tips of the toes, closing the eyes. And exhaling completely, feeling the body relax down into the floor, into the earth. Now just for a moment, bringing your attention to today's class and giving yourself that mental pat on the back for making it here and for making it through, and for maintaining those lines of communication with the body. Now we'll begin to relax from the bottom up. Breathe in, down to the balls of the feet, the arches, heels, and ankles, stirring up tension. Exhale it out, pressing it out of the body with focus. Breathe through the calves, shins, knee joints, and thighs. Exhale, tension all the way down to the bones. Breathe through the hips, pelvis, buttocks, and lower spine. Exhale, tension. Feel the body resting on the seat, on the floor. Breathe through the muscles of the lower back, side body, and abdomen. Exhale, tension. Feel the blood flow slow down and the organs relax. Breathe through the middle and upper back, through the rib cage and solar plexus. As you exhale, allow the heart and lungs to slow down, relaxing. Breathe through the collarbone, shoulders, biceps, and elbows. Exhale, tension, allowing the arms to relax at the sides. Breathe through the forearms, wrists, palms, and backs of the hands. As you exhale, feel the fingertips let go of tension. Relax the muscles of the neck through the top of the spine and the base of the skull. Relax the throat. Relax the jaw. Relax the muscles of the face, around the eyes, mouth, and ears. Relax the brow. And lastly, release the breath, breathing naturally as you sink deeper into relaxation. Now gently bring the attention back to the breath. Take a deep breath in and exhale completely. And slowly bringing the attention back to the body, wiggling the fingers and toes, moving the wrists and ankles around in circles. And if you're laying down, you can gently find your way to a comfortable seated position. And keeping the eyes closed, just in this moment, I'd like you to again offer yourself some appreciation for showing up today, for doing something good for yourself and the world around you, becoming a more peaceful person, more grounded and healthier. And then I'd also like you to offer some appreciation to just 3 things. A short list of just 3 things in the world that you like or love or appreciate. It can be more than that if you like. And just spend a moment, take a few breaths in this space of feeling gratitude for yourself and those wonderful things in the world around you that bring you joy. And let's take a deep breath in. Exhale and open the eyes. Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoy this beautiful sunshiny day, and I hope you can make it next time. Bye now.